We are definitely trying to do more inclusion, so co-teaching, where our teachers are pushing into classrooms and working with the general ed teacher to provide services or instruction to not just the special education students, but to all students. We know that that's how students learn best, right? Is not necessarily separating them, but in class.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brighter Together podcast. My name is Janet Courtney, and my guest today is Andrea Walker. Andrea is the Director of Student Services in Oklahoma at KIPP, Tulsa, and OKC Public Charter Schools. Andrea, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you for having me.
All right. So tell us a little bit about what you do. I know you do some traveling and you have a big job, so I'd love to highlight what you do in Oklahoma.
So technically, I'm the Director of Special Education.
Okay.
But I manage all things special education, ELL, and gifted and talented for our Oklahoma City KIPP campus and our Tulsa KIPP campuses.
Very nice.
Yes.
So you are a busy woman.
I travel between both Oklahoma City and Tulsa, working with our teachers to ensure that we are providing quality education for students with an IEP and non-English language learners.
Yeah, that's the ELL that you mentioned. Yeah,
Yes.
we tend to be a little bit alphabet soupy in education.
Very much so.
So I always try to, usually it's interesting because usually I don't have to say anything and people get there on their own. So, and you absolutely did. So great job. But so tell us about, like, I know we talked a little bit about the grades that you serve and tell us a little bit about the schools.
So our Oklahoma City school is pre-K 4 through 3rd grade currently. We will add our 4th grade next year, and then 7th and 8th grade next school year. So middle school, and we'll build out the elementary until they are K through 12. So over the next several years,
8 years. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the kids, so they're following the kids. As the kids promote, they're adding that.
Yes.
So the 3rd graders, they'll add 4th grade. 4th graders, they'll add 5th grade the next year. Gotcha.
And then our Oklahoma City, our Tulsa school is 6th grade through 8th grade for our middle school. And then we have a 9th grade that is, a high school that is 9th grade through 12th grade.
And is there plans for elementary in Tulsa, or is it just starting in 6th grade?
I believe that they are making plans to do an elementary school in Tulsa. I believe it's 2030 when they're thinking about that. Yeah.
We talk about 2030, but that's not that far away. That's only 5 years.
It will, you blink and it'll be here, right?
For sure. Yeah. I'm like, holy moly, that it just, time marches on. It just absolutely does. Yeah. So tell me some of the things that are happening in your special education departments. What kinds of things let's highlight the positives that are happening there.
We provide special education services for any student that wants to attend. We do our best to provide quality education and meet them at their IEP goals, and also doing grade level academics. We have great teachers who are advocating for students and working really hard with parents to make sure that they stay involved and connected and know what's going on, and with our teachers to build their knowledge in providing accommodations for students. So we work really hard. I'm very proud of our teachers. They carry a lot. I could not do my job without the great teachers that we have.
Absolutely. And so if a parent is interested in switching schools and coming to your schools, what does that look like for them if they have a child that's on an IEP?
So we ask that they just go through the normal application process, but we do ask that they give us the IEP, have a conversation with us so we can do transfer in just to kind of get to know the student and what the student's needs are. So we're prepared when school starts, and then we're not coming in blind and kind of know. So we can prepare throughout the summer for it between our great teachers and para-educators to make sure that they're prepared.
Right. And do you guys have to, I think you have to do like a 30-day once they start. Is that true? And I don't know, I'm talking and making, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Once we receive the IEP and student starts, we try to have it done within the first 10 days.
10 days, okay.
A transition meeting.
Right, there we go.
And to make sure that we have the services aligned with what we're going to do at the school, and a meeting with the parents. within
Okay.
the first 10 days.
Wow. And that makes the beginning of the school crazy busy, doesn't it?
Very, very busy. So that's exactly why we ask that parents provide us with that IEP, because we use the state platform to hold all IEPs called Ed Plan, and
Hmm.
sometimes it transfers over and sometimes they don't. So we want to be really visual about our parents giving those the
Yeah.
IEP.
So is that one that's used pretty much across the state of Oklahoma?
It
Is
is
it?
what the state of Oklahoma uses.
Yeah.
Yes.
It seems like every state has their own IEP, online IEP system. I'm familiar with some, but I'm not familiar with all of them. So
Yes.
yeah. And once you get used to them, IDEA and the requirements of an IEP are a federal thing. So, it's just a matter of how people want to use them and put it together, and then also just the acronyms that go with everything for sure.
Absolutely. That is one of the very first PDs that we do with all teachers. Every teacher, when they come in, is like, nope,
Yeah.
this is not by choice. We have to do it. It is fairly mandated. We
Mm-hmm.
are public charter schools, so we receive federal funds.
Yep.
So we have to provide these services and make
Absolutely.
sure that they are receiving FAPE.
Right. Yeah. And when she talks about PD, that's professional development. Most of you know what that is. And FAPE is a free, appropriate public education.
Absolutely. There goes
Yeah.
that alphabet soup again,
That's
right?
that alphabet soup. Absolutely. So, what would you say is the biggest challenge that you guys are facing right now?
I'm sure, like the rest of the United States, teacher shortage, right? Getting highly qualified and effective teachers
Yeah.
is a great challenge. And especially those who are special education certified.
Hmm.
Uh, that's a great challenge for us.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And when you talk about your services, are you guys inclusive? Do you do inclusion? Do you do,
We are definitely trying to do more inclusion, so co-teaching, where our teachers are pushing into classrooms and working with the general ed teacher to provide services or instruction to not just the special education students, but to all students. We know that that's how students learn best, right? Is not necessarily separating them, but in class. And then we also are trying this year, we'll be doing 30 minutes of like a resource class to work on skills to build up students' proficiency in reading. So we're really going to work on a lot of phonemic awareness, fluency, and comprehension to help students build those skills.
Yeah, you're talking right up my alley. As an SLP of 31 years. Yep, I know that. Those are all, yep, for sure. Very
Yeah,
good. Yeah, you have to have the phonetics in order to learn how to read and vice versa. Yeah, that's great.
absolutely.
That's very, very
Absolutely.
good. Yeah. Um, and how are you guys addressing technology? I know that it's just it's good, it's bad, it's, AI, it's, oh my gosh. So how are you guys addressing that piece of it?
So we encourage computer use in class, not necessarily phones.
Mm-hmm.
But computer usage, they do a lot of students, we're in the technology age, right? They would prefer to type responses rather than writing handout. Teachers use computers. They use Google Classroom to upload work and for students to have it, and also so parents can access the work at home. Technology quite a bit. Students have their own Chromebooks. Tulsa, each of them carry their Chromebooks throughout the day, and then they check them in the afternoon at the middle school. But our high schoolers keep their Chromebooks with them. They
Wow. Yeah. So you have a big IT department too, it sounds like probably that helps
we
manage all
contact
of
with the
the,
IT department, but they are
yeah,
always on call. Yes,
yeah,
in
yeah.
the land of technology, right? You gotta love it.
Yeah, yeah. We have live tech support from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because of that very thing. And
Yes,
so because we're all over the United States, so you got East Coast, West Coast, So yeah, it's a big piece of I tell people I'm like my daughter hates it when I say this, but kids today they're digital natives. They don't know a world without technology.
that is absolutely correct. That
Yeah.
is absolutely correct.
But it's a balancing act too, isn't it? Don't you think? It's like
It is.
enough.
It is. I was an assistant principal a few years ago, and I always there's a platform. Now I'm drawing a blank on it. It's not. It's
There you
Snapchat.
go. Oh
Yes,
yeah. Oh yeah. Snapchat.
where kids would be on there and they would have yes, it was a lots of drama
Well, yeah.
on Snapchat,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
it disappears, right? And so it's no longer there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't
So
even
there's
see the
there's the good
drama
and
that
bad of
after
it.
it's happened. Yeah.
Middle
Yeah.
school, right.
And it's distracting too, you
It is
know?
very much distracting, and so while the technology is great, it also causes things to come into school, so you're adding that piece of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, there's been some of the schools, some of the people that I've interviewed have talked about, they've gone no cell phones in high school and the technology, keeping technology like within trying to control the technology. And it's really interesting because they were talking about, even if you have your phone and you're like keeping it in your pocket, but the second that you get that notification, it's like the attention that you had is now diverted, right?
Absolutely.
So it's an interesting it's just it's something we never had to deal with. I didn't, I went to high school
Never,
and
right? And even to now, like we still use our phones. We leave it at home. I'm going back, "Oh, no, I've
yeah,
gotta find
right.
my
Oh my gosh,
phone."
I don't have my phone. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Right?
My
Yeah.
calendar is on my phone. It's
Hmm.
there when I'm supposed to be in the meetings.
Yeah.
Um, right.
We depend on it for
We
so many
depend on them.
things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But in the
It's
world, where teenagers, I would hate to have some of the cyberbullying that happens and
mm,
just the self-imaging, all of that comes with it. So there's
yeah.
a lot. It's a big debate in education. Cell phones or no cell phones, to
Hmm.
use or not to use.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We went from to be or not to be to use or not to use. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. It can make it better. And it just is. It's easier and it's harder.
Yes,
There's always two sides to every coin, isn't there? And we
absolutely.
just want to make sure. Yeah. So what kinds of things, I know we talked a little bit, I'm going to go back to what you'd said before
Mhm.
about teachers. So what kinds of things are you doing at your schools to keep staff and to recruit talent? What are you guys doing?
Yes, so we do attend colleges when they have career fairs. We do attend those to try to recruit teachers. We KIPP has a great professional development stance. So we believe in the culture of feedback. So we do lots of classroom observations, feedback. There's a feedback cycle. Not only do we believe that we give our teachers feedback to help them grow, but teachers give students feedback to help them grow. So everyone, myself included, from my manager, receives observation and feedback. So we do those often to help teachers grow and be great, and that teachers love that
Right.
factor actually, because there's nothing worse than coming in to be in a school where they're saying we're doing an evaluation and they haven't been in your classroom all year, right? We've all taught at those and know about them. So teachers love the feedback.
Yeah.
So we believe in that. So we try to give our teachers, we have what's called in Tulsa Wellness Wednesdays, where they leave a little bit earlier just to take care of themselves,
Oh, nice.
because sometimes you need to make it to the bank or a doctor's appointment or to get your nails done or whatever that is, a haircut, just to take time to take care of yourself. And we believe in renew to get stronger, so you've got to take care of yourself in order to give to kids, because education is a lot, it pulls a lot from you, right? Because you're constantly giving. So we want teachers to make sure that they take care of themselves, and we try to encourage that and help them do that.
Nice. That's a great idea. Just giving them time. We were talking about that. Just taking time for your self-care is really important. And it always goes back to that social emotional, it's like we have to take care of the people that are in front of us so that they can take care of the littles that they're in front of, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Gotta
And
find work-life balance.
how has KIPP addressed social emotional learning? What kinds of things are you guys doing in that arena?
Yeah, so each school has a different curriculum. It's kind of up to the school leaders and the assistant principals on what they come up with, the curriculum that they use. But it is built into at least twice a week. They do have advisories where they talk about social emotional learning and taking care of,
Yeah.
especially in the middle schools.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All right. There is one last question that I ask everybody. I always tell people, with with the difficulties that you have with staffing or with something else, but you can't say money because that's not everybody needs more money. I don't know anybody in the world that other than some really big names. Everybody would like to have more, right? But if you could miraculously solve one challenge that you have in your school, what would you want to solve?
Good question. Probably ensuring that education is equitable for all
Mm,
students.
yeah.
Yep, with my special education lens, and KIPP focuses on students from underserved communities.
Yeah.
So making sure that education is equitable, that we are providing great education for all students, no matter what area of town you live in, what your background is, you have access to great education.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a big one. And charter school is a choice, right? How does that that's we talked about that a little bit, but how does that work in Oklahoma? I know every state's a little bit different. So is it just a matter of is there a lottery or is it just you choose that they're going to go to the charter school and they just have to apply?
So
How
they
does that work?
do application, and
Uh-huh.
if there are more applicants for the grade level than there are seats available, then it goes to a lottery process.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes,
you
but
guys do have a the charter has a certain number. Is that how it works?
there's a certain capacity. I think that they
Okay.
kind of take as many
Okay.
students as possible. Right now, I know that our middle school is looking at about 120 per grade level for sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Our high school, of course, would like at least 90 for each grade level or more. So our class sizes aren't super large,
Right.
but we want to
Which is
keep it,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we can
Okay.
provide those.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and some of that has to do with the building, right? The size of the building
Absolutely, the
and
size of
yeah.
the building. So that's one of the things that, you save money, but we always need more money to buy our own buildings. Oklahoma City School is leasing from Oklahoma City Public, a building from Oklahoma City Public
Gotcha.
Schools, and Tulsa is doing the same thing from Tulsa Public Schools. So, funding to have our own buildings would be great.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Like I said, that's why I always tell people it's like, yeah, funding is an issue. We know that, but if that's like the other piece of it, I'm always trying to get to the people's heart, because that's what you get. Money is money. It's like, and it's not going to change. I don't think that's ever going to change. But
Yes, absolutely.
when you talk about equity, that matters. Taking that fence down. If anybody's ever seen that
Abs-
picture of equity and there's that fence and the child that's sitting in the wheelchair and can't see over the fence, removing that fence and getting them into the game.
yes,
Equity and inclusion, right? So equity
equity.
is taking the fence down, inclusion is getting them in the game. And
Yes.
that's, yeah,
I tell my teachers, I use this analogy that, those of us who wear glasses, none of us have the exact same prescription, right?
right?
But the glasses helps level that playing field so we can see and we can read, right? It's the same thing with the accommodations and things that we do for students. We have to level the playing field. So equity for students is absolutely the thing that I would do best.
Yeah, you're right, hitting right at my heart. And I've been a speech therapist for 31 years, and it's all about the kids. Even with our mission statement, and we talk about we're a therapy company run by therapists for therapists, but it's always for the betterment of students. You always want to keep those kids in mind and making sure that they get what they need, and
Absolutely.
that's yeah, and that's the
Education
critical
is
piece.
hard work. It's hard, but it is heart work. It is work of
Yes.
the heart.
It is work of the,
Abs-
and it's servant. You're a servant. You're always going to
Absolutely.
be serving those kids, serving those parents, serving those. Yeah, it just is. And you're serving your teachers, making sure that your teachers have the skills and the professional development they need to be successful. So
Absolutely.
kudos to you. It's not an easy
Thank
job.
you.
And with your traveling, oh my goodness, you add that level to it. What do you do during your drives? Do you listen to books? Do you drive are you listening to music? What do you do at that time?
So, my faith is very big. So usually I put on some Christian music and it is God and I
Amen.
on the way. I'm praying about whatever's going on through the day, my sons or
Yeah.
my parents and the school and students. And yeah,
Good for you. Yeah.
I use that as my time with God.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I love that. That's because we're a faith-based company as well. Faith is our central core value. And I'm telling you, I couldn't do anything without keeping
And
God in the
nothing
middle
without
of
them.
it. Yeah.
Nothing without them.
Yeah. And we serve. We're servants. That's our
Absolutely.
mission is to serve. So,
That is,
and
that
I
is.
can tell you are, and that's fantastic. So keep up the good work.
Thank you.
So, Andrea, how do we How do I get, okay, so let me start that over. Oh my goodness. Andrea, thank you so much for your time.
Mhm.
Great conversation. Where should people go if they want to learn a little bit more about you and about what's going on at KIPP in Oklahoma?
Yes, so our website, either school, you can go to www.kippok.org. And then it has a link where you can either reach out to the Tulsa schools or Oklahoma City schools. And my email is awalker@kippok.org, where you can reach out to me directly and I can help.
Awesome. Awesome. Again, thank you so much. And thank you for being on the Brighter Together podcast
Thank
because,
you so much.
yeah, awesome. All right. All right. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.